They are two now.
In a jeep.
In a Jeep. Then they are two.
A big jeep.
Yeah.
That one.
Black DG. Photo G.
Photo G.
Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
Air condition all inside.
no. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole town now. You can judge people.
I just asking you a question, sorry.
You can judge people like can come here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, can I say when I move from here, I'll free? Can I say when I move from here, I'll free? You said one talk again. I wanted to make a whole talk. You double in the question. Hi, not looking. Hi, you looking. Hi, looking. Then you want force and no more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. I said they call me to the office of OSP.
And tea explain to me that you come to get there. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I'll not there.
Nobody, you getting there. You say asking you too much question. Hey, that's me. Things say make it prayer. You bring it to. Okay, sorry. Now I say sorry now. Okay, sorry.
If you did,
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then you.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
Go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. I say sorry now. Sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said like I take time
to explain.
Get very hard to go see to the mainland store.
Oh, so the man wanted for you to go steal from the web post store.
Yeah. He said I'm a join to go steal to the web mainland store to they get money into the store. They will go take it from there. I said, my man, I'm only bad for the same lecture.
Then how can the police catch you now?
The police people, before the man call me back, now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now?
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal?
Yeah, he called me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in the night, around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, oh, my man, now the lecture been I'll call you back again.
So that time you go to where?
I go to where?
Before your working place, you come to the man?
Yeah, I'm from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I'm not go steal. I go steal. I go to yeah. How you question me, man? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg you, sorry.
I say.
When they call you in the net now?
When the man call me in the net, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
You told the message you're 3?
Yeah. So he said, I want to give you tea to carry to the.
The message want to give you what?
Tea. Hot milk tea.
Oh, milk tea?
Yeah.
For you to drink?
With bread.
The bread?
3 pieces of bread.
With egg inside?
With egg inside my egg. Butter. So when I carry it to it, when the man say carry to the man, when you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So the food make you now carry that so they go convince your friend now.
Yeah. When I give it to the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right now. So one of my friends called me.
And the same man, okay, sorry.
If you did,
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
When I give you answer now, then.
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead.
Go to school. English say I need English.
Okay, sorry.
Say Ali, you take time. You take time.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
I said like I take time to
explain.
Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
It is to me, you know exactly what happened up Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened up Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
There's part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberia be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this private jet issue. My response to that was direct who campaign against private jet, use of private jet against President Weir. I want to publicly apologize to President. We did not understand the constraints and the reasons and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Rosa Parker, and this man try to have a country. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians fight for progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years of country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. O'Kane and Princess Alexa Banche from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? People come up here. Oh, we didn't here with me. That's not our baby. That's what I think. It's like it for people. I was that boy. Like it's still we didn't buy it yet. I'm the I just want to ask you one question. Now, will you give the rescue? I gave him the people I don't want to take you. Say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. People say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, now why you close? You hear me claim, so you be a hero for your experience. So why you for us? So why the rest not stable? No job, no food, no money table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids get poor. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping people for the money. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people I hate to say you not alive. Mr. Rescue. I just want to ask you one question. That will you give the rescue? You not giving the people what they want. Say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. People say not like you. You said you was going to change things, but we not seeing changes. Promises you made when you're rescue team. We not seeing changes. You made it one country valley into two. CDC and Unity Valley, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now when the double, they are giving people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now when the double, they are giving people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You know your rescue team. I said, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. How will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you said you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say not like you.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a pleasant welcome to Freedom Hub on 87.9.
You say you are going to change things, but we're not seeing changes.
This is the People's Radio. My name is Khan Oliver Klein, Princess Alexa Vanta Colley on the platform. We're also being joined by Jerome Roosevelt on the Tripartite edition on the platform. We're going to keep talking all of what's making the news in the Republic of Liberia. Businessman and lawyer, Unity Party stalwart, in supporter of President Joseph Yoma Boakai. The man whose building is situated right by the ministerial complex and the overhead bridge, right around the Congo Town area. the attorney George Calando has criticized the Joe Barker's administration on multiple fronts, ranging from the dismissal of Edmund Mathieu Glasgow to the issue of government officials refusing to allow him see President Boyka. And again, the issue that has to do with businesses being strangulated in the country by the government. All of these were things he said when he appeared on our sister radio program on OKFM, in which he was able to tell the Liberian people about his disappointment in the current administration. Too many things happening. In between time, we're also going to be looking at a particular development of the campus at the University of Liberia, the main campus. There is this debate up Capitol Hill concerning the UL free tuition policy. We are told Dr. Mapaya is trying to slow down on her original intent of canceling the free tuition policy. But that is not without controversy. There are a lot of controversial conversations on campus with a lot of students threatening that an attempt to remove the free tuition policy, they're going to create serious tension for the Liberian government and people that Capitol Hill may not be able to contain. Too many things happen in the country. We're going to be looking into the particular conversation. What is triggering that identical decision? Why should such a situation be on the minds of Liberians, specifically the government officials? Why do they intend to remove the free tuition policy that is helping a lot of young people? It's something that has become the beacon of hope, the beacon of relief, financial relief for several students, guardians, and parents at the state-run University of Liberia and other public universities across the country. All of these, plus many other issues, will form the basis of the conversation. We are told the motorcyclists in Bowman County, specifically in Tottenburg, during the course of the past hours, witness the Liberian National Police officers are confiscating and subsequently burning their megaphones, the one that can be on the motorbike, playing CRC songs, playing Jazino songs, entertaining their passengers. The orange meaning, lose that meaning, bring your recharge card. Old car battery are buying it. Recharge your phone. We are told the Liberian government, the Unity Party government, old man Joe Barker has instructed his people to seize all those megaphones. Orange meaning, lose that meaning. Bring your old car battery are buying it. Recharge your phone. Oh yes, we are told President Boyka has instructed his officials, the Liberian National Police and the other folks, to go about confiscating those materials, those megaphones, and subsequently burning them, so that people will no longer go around in the community. Recharge your phone. Orange money, lose that money. Orange data, lose that data. And so that's what it is. This is what we have. The government is working. The government moving. And so all of these issues are from the basis of the conversation. By the way, the Pinsville City Corporation and her counterpart in the Monserrado area, V. Monrovia City Corporation, is on the basis. Currently, the Pinsville City Corporation is going about, taxing business people for placing their signage outside of their business places. So what are your sambo? with all the barber cut, with all the haircut and all the hair design, and say we can do nails here, eyelashes here. Then the woman who got the place, she put a picture on it. The government is about to charge you for fixing your billboard and putting it on your shop. Oh yes. So the government is quoting a particular municipal law in which they say those kind of branding should be paid for. So even when you go to one printing press and you print your beautiful banner and put it on your store, just to show people say that yeah, you're doing your business, the government say you must pay extra money for that one. All of these plus many other conversations will form the basis of today's presentation on 87.9. We take a break. When we come back, we're going to be bringing you all the trending issues. And later on, we're going to be jumping into the real issues of the day. Remember, the code remains the same: *255*1# for the cash giveaway. For those of you who are playing, wishing to win, we're going to be giving between 2,500 to 10,000 Liberian dollars on today. Just simple code: Lone Star Cell MTN users *255*1#. For those of you who are Orange and Money users, it's just *255*6#. The more you play, the better your chances are. Right here on the People's Radio. We will take a break. When we come back, we bring you the rest of the conversation on your radio.
Stop, make it reach for them. Go around, stop, started to interior
Can't stop all Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-woman, Women Self-Sign.
Stop, people bringing safety to the I'm stopping right and make it free for them before. I'm stopping Liberia on the center to interior. I'm stopping keeping us safe, just coming from all. I'm stopping people bringing safety to your door. I'm stopping right and make it free for them before. I'm stopping Liberia on the center to interior. I'm stopping keeping us safe, just coming from all.
Okay. So welcome back to the program, Freedom Pop on 87.9. You'll be asking for Kalando voice. Good afternoon, Alexa and Jerome.
Oliver doesn't know secret. I swear to God.
Well, why are you asking for Kalando voice for?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Deacon, hi.
Where did you go?
Are you?
Anyway, we like to say good afternoon. Like Princess would say, good morning, good evening.
Exactly.
And we are here once again.
Okay. I mean, Ajam already said those. So I would like to I would like to welcome you to another presentation of Freedom Hub. And of course, we're always here, KOK, Jerome Roosevelt, and of course, Princess Alexa Venture College, just to make sure my name is correctly pronounced. We have a lot to talk about today. Yesterday, we actually started, I think we discussed 3 things. What's that? In passing or 2?
3, but
they were 2. Yeah. So today we're basically going to talk about the situation at the University of Liberia. We're going to talk about that, and Oliver already pushed us under the bus. We're going to also talk about Kalando's statement in passing. I'm not sure that's going to be like an entire conversation for an hour or so. But we'd like to say welcome, and however you're joining us, we'd like to say, I mean, this is it.
Okay. So there are too many things happening in the country right now. Uh, the Samatua case is taking a different turn. Uh, the George Pecker, has ordered juror investigation to investigate the jury panel because three of the jurors filed in an affidavit complaining that the rest of the jurors were tampered with. And so forth. So the judge has ordered a new investigation, Alexa. So the jurors were invited by the state. They were taken to the basement. Where nobody can have access to them all through the duration of the case, except for the government, specifically the judiciary. The three jurors who are complaining that their colleagues were quote unquote tampered with voted against Samatua and the rest of the people. In fact, the Samatua was guilty of all charges. The rest of the other jurors voted, no guilty, for Twe and some other people. Now, those who said their colleagues were tampered with, they did not raise the issue while the case was on.
Are you on my mind?
They didn't raise the issue while they were having the final argument. They waited. All of them went and handed down their independent opinion on each of the suspects. Then, after they were disbanded, after they took them from the basement of the Temple of Justice, and someone else started going to their boyfriend, someone started going to their girlfriend, their godpa, someone else started smoking, someone started drinking a liquor, doing routine and other things, and they were doing it. Oh yes, we gotta be practical. After they've gone and their regular stuff, interacted with the public, visited CDC people, visited United Party people, saw ANC people, saw Liberty Party people, visited UP men, CDC men, everybody intellectual circle. They interacted with everybody. They listened to all the radio talk shows, both government talk show, opposition talk show, independent talk show. After listening to everything, then the three of them go to say our men were tampered with. After the film passing on Facebook seeing opinions, the judge is ordering an investigation into their complaint. Alexa, Jerome, just in 2 minutes. Let's just wrap up on this one.
Like you said, Oliver, for me it doesn't make sense because even in a football match, once the whistle goes for the 90 minutes, no one complains. The final result is out, and that's it. But again, like people will say, a country of law and not of men. And look, this issue about wanting to jail a particular person at all costs. When I say they, I'm talking about the government or the folks in the Unity Party. You brag about all the things that this particular person did during his term as finance minister. The mayor was out of the country. He was out of Liberia. The LACC filed that complaint, and the man came into the country, went through the formality of the case, and the jurors said the man didn't steal any money. Like all of us said, everyone went home. Everyone went home because, and even the Justice Ministry.
The one who can smoke opium and smoking opium. No, we gotta be clear with it. We gotta be honest. Go ahead.
The Justice Ministry came out with the findings and said we cannot do anything. We are part of the case with the investigation. The outcome of the case. Today, 3 persons come out to say, "Oh, our men ain't money." Where were you people?
Why didn't you raise it?
Yeah,
when the case was on.
Where were you people? All of you were together. Why you didn't?
Every day you were coming to court.
Yeah.
You had the judge available.
Yeah.
There were orientations conducted. They say, well, when you notice that your friend is doing something that he or she should not be doing,
Yeah.
it constitutes tampering of the juror.
Yeah.
You got to report it.
And we can change that person as well.
We can change the person. We
Yeah.
can do this.
Yeah.
So where were you when you noticed that these things were going on? You did not talk until they got to pull your aside.
Mhm.
After seeing every little thing, everybody posting, people posting on Facebook, then you come out and you go open your mouth and say, "I they get our men the money."
So in case the question is, in
Mhm.
case
Mhm.
Samuel Tuel would have been found guilty,
Yeah, that's also a question of mine.
Mhm.
So
because you're waiting for 90 minutes now.
exactly. So you had a jury panel, selected 100% all the members, and I'm sure it was done based on the conviction of the judge and the rest of the other people. That is the government of Liberia 100%. And oftentimes, or I would like to say all the time, by the way, these people who are on the jury panel, they are not people who will be, somehow connecting with the public. No, it is clear where they're going to be or how they're going to be, because you don't want any interference. You don't want, any outside intervention. So to listen to testimonies, to listen to, different arguments from the defense, from, the government, you listen to these different things, pieces of evidence presented in the court.
Mhm.
And it is based upon these things presented in court that they're going to, have the judgment. They're going to make their decisions. So 100% everything happened in the court. And that was one of the most anticipated cases, in Liberia so far. Everybody was following. At no point in time did I hear or did I see any video or did I hear anyone say, "Oh, members of the jury panel have, some disagreement
Mhm.
that they raised
Raised
in court
concern,
today." Yeah, concerns were raised, and they're saying they don't want this or that other person to be a part of this entire panel because they think the person has, some connection with the defense, and whatnot. That got done. Samuel Tuer was acquitted, right? And for the record, Samuel Tuer was not the only person there. You had 5, right? So Samuel Tuer was acquitted, and we saw exactly how the social media was flooded also on these different platforms, whether opposition or, ruling establishment platforms. Everybody had their own thing to say.
Mhm.
Everybody had their own analysis and all those different things. It was after. Prior to that, there were all already pieces of, discussions in every corner here and there. And after everything this man worked out, his, legal team did what they had to do. And probably the evidence from the government's angle was not as strong as they claimed would have been.
Mhm.
Now, after, is it how many days?
Just 1 week.
1 week,
Less
imagine.
than a week, because it was like
Yeah.
5 or 6 days.
Exactly. So after a week or after a couple of days, now you have 3 members. They're saying their colleagues were tampered with, the colleagues, were not fair. Their colleagues were connected, and the thing that there was foul play, or maybe, for the lack of better word, you would say maybe they took bribe.
Yeah.
They
were bribed.
Yeah, they were bribed. So for me, it doesn't actually make sense now that all these things are done, all these things are said. So we go back to just the same question Oliver raised. We go back to your concern as well. Why didn't you raise this? Were you under gunpoint in the court that you could not raise an issue if you saw anything wrong with your colleagues? Were you told that as this case is ongoing, you're not allowed to point out anything you see? What was that, or a condition? I'm not sure, because after a day, you go back, you could raise a concern, you could register your concern while you were there in court. But after you've gotten back out, you'll see different different analysis from different people. So it seems like now you are using probably public opinions that are against probably Twitter. So you want to use these opinions to say, "Oh, our friend, and they didn't do the red thing. They took this, was son having party, was son doing this and doing that." What kind of country here?
showing signs.
Like, that's the problem.
Okay.
That's a major problem. For me, it doesn't make sense because, again, it seems like these people are bent 100% on Tour going to jail.
Yeah.
And it is not about whether he is acquitted or not. It is about, this is what we want, and we are going to do everything that's possible. The government has refused to accept that the government did not win this one. So you want to win, and you playing check on, I eat all your seed. Then you still forcing yourself to like it doesn't make sense.
So just in closing, here is what they are doing, and they have to stop. You see, those three jurors, I just wish I don't know who they are. I just do not want to know who they are, as a matter of fact. But they're behaving disgracefully.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unfortunately, they are.
For me, I'm not going to mince my words. What they are doing is disgusting. They are terrible creatures. They are cowards. By the way, they lack no moral. You were underground. When you go up Capitol Hill at the Temple of Justice, the jurors are always underground. That's how they call it. After court, they go underground. They live in the basement.
Not just get any contact with
no telephone, no interaction. When their family will bring it to them in a court, they will wait in the courtroom. After court trial, they will be saying the sheriff will go for the material. They will check it, see whether no letter inside, nothing different, no information. They will examine it. Then they go and give it to the person
because you don't need any
who got it.
contact with the outside world.
In fact, there is no name calling. Everybody got code. So if they select you as a juror, and your number is 0045, your family knows that your number is 0045. So if your family bring him close to you or food to you, they say this is for 0045. Everybody know their code. That's how protective it is. So when you suspect that your colleague is involved with something sinister, the sheriffs are available.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The court workers were always available. Why didn't these three criminals of jurors? Why didn't they report these things to the court workers? I mean, look, only somebody with a criminal motive would do the kind of things. This is like you are the match commissioner in the game. Okay, you are the VAR, right? The VAR is the exclusive review panel.
Yeah.
That's supposed to look at the game and say this is a foul.
Video assistant referee.
There's a foul, there's an offside, there's an infringement or so.
You're keeping records.
You're keeping records. You should know what's up. So we have three members in the VAR room. A penalty is called for. The referee comes to us to say, look, what is the decision about the penalty?
No.
Two men say a non penalty. I alone say a penalty. Right? I ain't talk. The referee went to the whistle and said, decision, no penalty, because two of the VAR men say no penalty. The game has ended. 1-0 Barcelona win Real Madrid. Then the VAR man goes back after 4-5 days. He goes back to the radio station in Spain, or he go back in Red FIFA and say, "Lord, don't worry in the VAR room." Barcelona coach team and get our two VAR men money.
He sent a message. He said after the case will get us.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why didn't you raise the issue when the referee were coming? No, hey, ref. There are 2 minutes to get their money.
Yeah.
That's why they are saying you should go cover penalty. Yeah. At that moment, the game would be, the game would pause.
Yeah.
The immediate investigation will be conducted. You will have evidence to show that the two assistant referees received money. The main referee will come and say, "Oh, so two of you got money. Why else doing nonsense?" They will remove them and do stuff.
Exactly.
They sat themselves in the basement.
4 months. Don't forget.
Fine. And so, according to them, they saw all the nonsense they said. They saw, people tampering with juror and so forth. Why didn't you want to tell George Fekkai? Why didn't you raise it with the sheriffs and other people who work at the judiciary? So you waited until you could come outside. More Ali than crying on Facebook. Why do I not go to jail? You saw their tears. And by the way, let me say this to you. They voted against Twe. All three of them voted against Twe.
Yeah.
So when they came out and started to see that, Twe is not guilty, of course, Twe people will celebrate. And for whatever reason they found Twe guilty, it's up to them.
That's
a constitutional right? But to want to force your non-guilty verdict that you handed down because you came outside, you should have done that while you were still on the ground, while you never had much of contact with the outside world. You came out, you have listened to Smooth, you have listened to OK, you've listened to Freedom, you've listened to Cool FM, you now listen to Mo Ali, you now listen to Akara Gray, you listen to all the different opinions. In fact, you have interacted with people.
Oh yeah, a lot of people.
It is possible people went to you to say, "Look, my man, you got to go back and say this is what you saw," because the whole case now is going against. Oh, we got to find means to do it. Why should we trust you? Why should we trust the three of you that the one you're talking now after you finish leaving on the ground is the authentic one? And I owe no apology for referring to them the way I did.
No, because
when the criminals behave like that.
This is suspicious.
Yeah, when the criminals behave like that.
Very suspicious.
Why now?
I have a little bit of fear when you just said they voted against Twer.
They did.
Yeah, my fear now comes from the angle. I hope
that's a suspicion I'm talking about.
I hope the government didn't do something from that end. You get me?
It is obvious.
Because that's not suspicious.
There is a serious possibility that these three individuals who are alleging that others were tampered with, it is possible that they were the ones who were tampered with while they were outside.
That's the opposite.
No, not while they were outside.
That's
What
the
I'm
opposite.
thinking, I could be wrong.
Whether in or out,
Not outside.
it is possible that they were tampered with.
So it's like Ajeru took something and said, "Princess, talk to Oliver. Talk to Oliver. I want this. And then
maybe they were the ones talking to the colleagues. Left hand Twer guilty, and the colleagues said, "No, you know what? Twer not guilty. Why should we find the man guilty?" And maybe out of frustration, they say, "Okay, see, I don't want to find the man guilty.
We'll just spoil everything."
Yeah, let go aside.
So it's not like you have a group of children and you have maybe 6 and 4 persons decided to do a certain thing that's not good. And they want to convince the other 2. But they have to be like, no, we don't want to do it. So because you are 4, you said, don't worry, say you want to do the thing we want to do, we'll do it, then we'll lie on you later on. Yeah. So it's like
the government in simple English, the government try to grab.
And apparently
look, they didn't vote for them.
And let me tell you something.
So they're angry now.
Let me tell you something to do. There is something to call there's a street fighting a fire.
Oh no, it doesn't.
There is a possibility that these 3 who say they were these 3 who say their colleagues were tampered with, it's possible they were the ones who were contacted by some people somewhere who want to make sure that Twer go to jail. Maybe they were being used to talk to their colleagues. Apparently they may have provided something to their colleagues and say, "Look, my man, our managing to all the Twer say, I'm gonna make sure Twer go to jail." Apparently. I mean, maybe. I'm not.
It's not confirmed.
So we could be wrong, but it may also be possible that maybe people in the government or somewhere else who want Twer to go to jail say, "Look, man, go talk to your colleagues. Not 3 of you we trust. Not 3 of you we trust. We know. You talk to your colleagues, the rest of your colleagues. Let the manager fight high and make sure Twer go to jail, and tell the manager, say, look, Jerome, your horse in." EAWA, your woman named Esther Wissing. We're saying more Ali daughter to Esther Wissing again. So for the thousand. But my man, your sister ain't fit. We will send 400,000. We will send another one. And maybe some negotiation when it comes to you, even though you know that you will refuse. But refusing on the spot could jeopardize your safety. It could jeopardize too many things. It is possible that the people who they lie on or who they are accusing of being tampered with, told them say, "Okay, you know what? Anything what I say, I'm gonna do, we do it." Because when you're on the ground, anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen, buddy. So they say, "Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do it." I know they're surprised when they came out. Instead of seeing their men following what what they begged them to do, the minister said, "No, we're going to vote our conscience. We're going to vote based on what was submitted input as evidence." And so we do not find Twer guilty. We find the other men guilty. We find the other men guilty. We are hanging the other men on a verdict, and this is our decision. Apparently, when the guys came outside, the man said, "Oh, but I mean, so the bottom play all right."
Yeah.
And you know, you're playing your classic league game way back. You know, in school.
Yeah.
You playing classic league. You know, we call it class league, or opposite classic league.
Yeah.
You know, what the classic can play one another.
Yeah, interclass.
Interclass league. Yeah. So you're playing your interclass league, and your class guys some money people cheering inside. During the league, you'll go bribe the referee. So you're going to the referee and get the referee smoothing. So man, we win again all cause. So you go get the referee smoothing where the referee is going to be blowing for any small point in a way. I'll do referee is going to blow. But you're fine, huh? Referee not blow. You're breaking your neck, you not blow. And you know, you're Thank you. So that is the conversation. You understand? So when you notice that after the referee took your man, and you know, with the notion that anytime when you slip your phone, referee will come and fine, get all of yellow card, and he's not doing it, you become suspicious.
So what happened here?
You think that get the referee money, and he's not doing what I expect him to do, and the other team gain more money.
Yes.
They must say that why he not want to listen to me.
That's
No, sometimes you alone do your own criminal things.
Yeah.
And the referee just referee based on the league of you know of football rule. So the mere fact that these guys waited till they were disbanded by itself, I'm not Judge Faker.
I think the judge shouldn't have.
No, so under the legal system.
An investigation.
Yeah, the judge.
But why?
The judge is not a party litigant.
So
the judge there to listen to complain, then you come and say, so excuse me, you say, so you say when you're on the ground, the people were tampering with your police. Yeah, say how they were tampering with them. They will explain. What did you saw? Okay, so why didn't you tell us all the time when we're here? And you gotta wait. The time you go to your boyfriend, you go to your girlfriend, you go outside, you're doing your thing to Uncle Sam, to Exodus, to Calabash, all the things. Why you gotta wait for all that time? It is that why.
Okay.
That's why lawyer then will be asking the jurors.
And that
it is that why the judge will be asking, and several other questions will be asked. So if those who are making the accusation cannot
go to jail when they are not.
Oh no, when it is proven that they lie on their colleagues, they will go to jail, bro. So it is those kind of critical questions that will be asked by the defense counsel, prosecuting counsel, the judge, and other people. And in the end, if they cannot prove their allegation against their colleagues, then it means they were wasting the court time. Their colleagues could press charges. Yeah.
Because of course.
Because
that's reputational damage.
Oh yes, their colleagues could press charges. So I hope they know what they are doing. But by the way, whatever the case is, I am still not going to rule out political maneuvering. I'm not going to rule out political manipulation. There's some group of people who believe that twice should go to jail, regardless of the substance of evidence that were produced against him. And this is not the democracy we fought for. I always say this, and I'll end on this note, then we jump to other topics. Maybe we take a few calls on this one. Yes, maybe we'll take a few calls on this one. I always say this to our people, and let it be very clear. Maybe this is going to be the 20th time I'm saying it on the show. So maybe today will be the 21st. And the next time I say it, I say, please remind me, and we'll make it the 22nd.
Keep track.
This country did not go to war because we didn't have good food to eat here. I always say this to people. My uncle who was living before the war could start fighting, he told me that they were eating rice that had less starch. Less starch. You know that starch can give people the high blood pressure and make people somewhat big.
Sophisticated rice.
They were eating pusawa. Firestone pusawa. Look at the rice at what they were eating. The Lebanese stores were not selling recycled products. Well, when the sardine come expire, then our labyrinth beginner who work in the supermarket, they can carry the sardine in the warehouse, they be using the chemical, they erase 2023, then they put 2027.
Yeah, where?
But the men are listening to me, they know what I'm talking, Alexa. They know. Our parents those days were not eating expired food.
Mm-hmm. They were finding money.
Everywhere you are living in Monrovia, Jerome, wherever you are living in Monrovia, you could grab a taxi from anywhere. The taxi will carry you and put you in front of your house.
My man Johnson was telling me something.
Has an
just
Uber,
yesterday.
Uber
He said, when you forget about something, if you forget, you can tell the guy, oh, I forgot. You carry me back. He said, "Draw not to you get in a car and I'll carry you back."
Oh yes.
That's what he was telling
Oh
me.
yes.
That,
There were pipe bomb water, clean water. The electricity at the time, before we go for a while, the electricity was, and now it's a shake. And now they would drop back our current well. When they bring the current after 15 minutes, you go back. Oh, I mean, I generate on that LCD or that generator.
Christmas light. Is he has to tell
Chris, we like on the one that LCD or that generator, so the public will know that we'll go off, we'll come out on, we'll put our machine on. If that LCD on, just know so we can go off anytime. But I'm saying to you, the electricity we had. Bro, you're busy there when you be asking what you on. I mean, energy was stable. No, but as the people who were living before the war, current bill was stable. No, I remember my uncle told me there was a time where under the Tabo administration, the car motor, the pickups, the Volkswagen pickups will come in the morning. They're in the company, so now the Maserati group of company they will come. Who won't work? Who won't work? They will be in the pickup and be yelling on the road. Who won't work? Who won't work? And people. And they will job. Yeah, that nonsense. We go at least 70,000. Go asking and saying left the computer to the office. That's nothing we're talking about. We're talking about those days. And the old people listening to the radio know what I'm saying. They know exactly what I'm saying. My uncle said those days the car will pass. Who won't work? And people will run and go jump there. So man, look at him, man. I don't do that work, man. Because he got contract Lamco. He got contract to bomb mines. He got contract to go to Lesuco. He got contract to go to MWPI. He got contract to go to OTC. He got contract to go to LAC. There were plenty of companies. Foreigners were now wasting here. You know, do more than that. This and that. More clean. The war now come. People ain't run away from him. So he told me, we did not go to war because we're not living better. No, it's a part of some of the fundamental reasons why we went to war is because a few group of people decided to take unto themselves the law and gospel. To say, you know what? To hell with the rest of the country. We are the ones in charge. We got the country. We can choose when they sleep. We can choose when they eat. We can choose what happened to them. So the people said, no. You are a Liberian. I am a Liberian. We give you governmental power. That power is not for you to treat us as dogs. That power is not for you to make us appear less Liberians than you. And that's why some people started to get angry. And so, okay, but then I live in the country. Because the nonsense, I can't take it. I'm leaving. The other man will say, oh, nonsense, I can't take it. I'm leaving. The other man will say that nonsense, I can't take it. I'm leaving. In no time, other than meeting Burkina Faso. Oh, man, what are you here for? I here because I nonsense what I'm doing in that country. I won't take it. You too? I here because I nonsense what I'm doing. I won't take it. But what do? I will be sitting down in the Burkina Faso people country. We're eating bread and meat. We're in Liberia. We're going to be following Dumbo, you know, Greater Dumbo and GB. We're going to be eating palm butter and potato greens. We got to go back. So, but how we'll go back if the minister there? Then we got to go move them.
Yeah, we'll go back to the sound they understand.
We'll go back to move them. Through the eyes of faith, I believe that was the conversation that was held between Thomas Kuyonpa, Charles Taylor, Ellen Johnson, Saliv, and the rest of them in the diaspora. I believe that that's the conversation they had. I believe at a certain point in time, you know, Thomas Yaya Nimle and Sekou Demade Kone had similar conversation, whether in Guinea or in Abidjan. Whether in Guinea or in Abidjan. People did not go to bring the country to catch us because we were not eating. People said Maserati group of companies, they were producing cold water fish, real organic food that what we're eating. And now they concentrate food that was still on 40 years on the ship before it come a river. They decided 2 more. The next time they go dump it, our old man go take it from on the dumper again. They wash it.
The fish can make 30 minutes.
But these days you can find people drying concentrate food. Yeah. Concentrate food is going to be dry. Yeah, our parents wanted to eat dry fish. They will go to West Point to go to Kema and go buy dry fish. Everyone go buy dry fish. We did not go to crisis because we were not eating, because we were not going to school. In fact, the schools were better off. If you graduated from 9th grade at the time, you knew both more than the BSc holder of today. If you came out of high school, 12th grade at the time, you knew both more than some of the master degree holders today. Education was better. The hospitals were good. When you go to Lamco, you will feel you in one German village.
When you take one tablet, you're okay.
You go to Firestone, Fireson Plantation, the Gulf Coast, all of the places. Liberia was beautiful, very peaceful. People did not have to build houses and put all kind of barbed wire to it because of criminals. Life was okay. In the midst of all of those things that were happening, we went to war. Not because we were not surviving or we were not eating, or because a few people saw it onto themselves and they felt that they were the only ones who went to the hospital and they circumcised them when they were small, thereby making the other people have pillows. And that's not the case. To have pillows, if you don't know what pillow is, no issue.
Moses Dennis said people were choosing their own taxis.
And that's the conversation.
I mean, that's
So
more like an Uber system.
the point we're trying to make and the point we're trying to put, stop using governmental authority to suppress other people. Today, Councilor Kofa, Dixon Sibo, and the rest of the folks have gone to the Supreme Court to pray the Supreme Court to place a halt on the capital arson case, another political trial. When you decide to use the law, which is supposed to be independent, which is supposed to serve the just purpose of deciding litigational issues in the country, when you decide to politicize it, when you decide to weaponize the court, because judges are afraid. Judges don't carry guns. Judges don't control the police. Judges don't control the NSA, secret operatives. The judges don't control the people. The judges are humans. They can be threatened. They can be threatened. Mama, the indictment, the ruling, you know, and answer will deal with you. The judge will not come outside and say that anything they tell me. No. He will not do so. When you decide to politicize and you decide to empower the court against your political opponents, when you decide to make the court a political tool, a legal tool to fight your political battles, rather, what you are indirectly doing is to push a lot of people into serious aggression against the state. I'm saying so because I know the 1990, the 1989, the early 2000s. I know what happened to this country. I read it. I saw some. Just stop using the law to do the kind of criminal things in this country. The same nonsense is happening to Yahya Koluba case. What did the executive mansion say that Yahya Koluba, what did Yahya Koluba say that the executive mansion did not say to us about the Guinea land, about the border crisis? What extra did he say? That today a man who was elected by over 40,000 human beings was removed by less than 43 human beings unjustifiably. So the other lawmaker who is a signatory to Yahya removal, look at a sitting associate justice and say you drinking, you talking. That liquor talk. Refer to the current chief justice when he was then associate justice. Refer to Justice whatever the public name who the chief justice today. Hey, Jerome, what about name? The current chief justice of the Republic, Yami Bese, when he was associate justice, what our guy tried to him as a liquor talker. The police did not remove him. That was on the front to the highest legal office of our country. They didn't remove him. They didn't suspend him. They did not even call him to order. He insulted greatly under Richard Coon's gavel. Yaka wouldn't say Joe Baga know what happened to the land. I know what happened. They get the land to Guinea land. What is it? Okay, if the land is not for Guinea, why are the Guinean soldiers on the land? So you're using the whole quasi-judicial, amenities and the privileges they give to the lawmakers. You're using it for political reason to get a yeke. Today, you are trying to make your way to the court, doing everything to overturn a guilty verdict. A non-guilty verdict, rather, doing everything to overturn a non-guilty verdict so that it can please your insatiable desire to divide the country on political lines. I remind you of the 80s. That country was free. It may not have been modern as we have it today, where every single child having telephone and having access to DSTV, but LNTV those days will used to show beautiful Malawala movie and the country was enjoying it. They have pure drinking water. Oh yes, they have pure drinking water. They have everything available unto them. The schools were good. The churches were beautiful. So you didn't have all these small churches, Jesus died, incorporated. You didn't have all of them scattered around. I mean, you have beautiful churches, well structured. You have the schools well structured. You have everything in place. Jobs were wasting. Companies were all over the place. Not violating Liberian people rights. People had jobs. They were doing their job. My grandfather was a trailer driver. He drove for MWPI. He drove for how you call it, OTC and different logging companies. In order you can attest that your parents were having jobs. Most of our grandparents had something to do when they were young. It should tell you that the country had jobs available. In the midst of those opportunities, we still went to war. Because a few groups who were in power look at the others and decided to fight them. And because they could not take the intimidation, they went across the borders. They ganged themselves up. They came back to the country. And what they did is the reason why Liberia is the most ugly, the most dirty, and the most nonsense country on the face of the earth. Do you want us to go back to that level? When Thomas started, people did not tell him. The one got building back and they did what they had to do. When Doden started, people did not tell him. The one got Taylor King Johnson there, Ellen Johnson got back and they did what they had to do. When Taylor started, people did not tell Taylor. The one told me you do what you had him there and still with the money got back and they did what they had to do. We do not want to go to that particular era. Just stop manipulating the laws of our country. Just stop using the court against the ordinary people and those who you think do not have power. Because when you even push, what kind of animal in got boom? Even the worm. When you pursue the worm with all of the fragility it is associated with, it can turn around. Even when it will not bite you, but it will turn around and show you that I am tired of the nonsense you're doing. Stop. Stop. Doe have plenty of guns and plenty of Baba men. I don't need to tell you where he is today. Charles Gange Taylor will be to West Flower in Congo Town, and you could be all the way to Tertiary Single. You will see the road clean. You can play football, and in fact, playing could lay on the road. That's the kind of power he had. I don't need to tell you what Taylor is today. And some of the people who are supporting Taylor, today they are beggars. Alexa, some of the top browns who were making the condensing decisions on the Taylor era, today they are beggars. Today some of them are dead and gone. Today some of them crippled. Some of them today are pressure patients. Some of them paralyzed. Some of them today got stroke. That same thing applied to the Doe era, the Toba era. So you sit in this current dispensation and think President Bwaka will be president forever. No matter how powerful he is, there will be a day we will refer to him as former president. What will you do? What will you do if the next government decides to be as ruthless? If the next government decides to put aside the constitutional authority, put aside, the issue of equity, and decide to run after your God-given rights, decide to twist the law against you, what will you do? I mean, why you get human beings so power and the next thing they want to think that they own the rest of the people? Taylor did that. We know where Taylor is. And I don't want to keep repeating myself on this particular thing. But that's what you're doing. It is wrong. It is. How you want to turn the whole verdict? You got nonsense 3 jurors that left the whole basement, the king outside. And probably the same morning they get it finish, and so the thing they not find hustle now. You already 7-7. Go back to your job and go do your job. And you have come with your colleagues. Why didn't you raise the issue while you were still underground? But I keep saying it to you. I particularly in this country, there's nonsense you're doing. If so many get fed, it's time to do anything in the country, we will not shy away from you. No, I've been clear. Jerome, I'm old.
No, but
listen, I'm old. I'm very old. You go send out one refugee camp, but somebody go be in land, go be doing burger weed.
You have a bright future.
No, it's terrible.
Listen, we're not going to reach that line.
They don't have to push the country into that era. They don't have to do so.
We're not going to fight, but it's just that, like you said, the message is clear. People should respect the law. People should not take, other people as inferior and they think they are superior. So whatever they want to do, they have to do. Every country around the world lives by laws. And I think Princess is smiling, but yes, we have to go to the line. Otherwise, you said.
No, but I at the end of the day,
But they continue fighting word. And the
No.
message I just won't clear.
no, don't
We
mind-
pass
don't
that
mind
stage.
Kanye.
I didn't say that.
Oh my God. You
I didn't say that. I said things that made other people to go and disrupt other people. We see them creeping.
Oliver, when somebody speak,
Apparently,
I tell you now, when somebody-
apparently, the reason why.
when somebody speaks, when a person speaks, there are two things: either you push or you pull logic.
Okay.
The logic here is that we want the people that are dragging us to somewhere.
And that's what we do not
We
want.
don't want to go there.
And that's,
we
what,
would never
and
go
that's
there.
why we are cautioning them.
Yeah.
That's why we are cautioning them
We
at
would never
all
go there.
levels.
Yeah.
So before we go to the lines, right? Everything we've said about this particular ongoing, I don't want to say drama, but this, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever that's happening right now with these three jurors saying this, and that. It just goes back to what we said a couple months back, that everyone in this country needs to stand up and protect the constitution of the country, because it started with the Capitol building saga, and people thought it was about one person. It was about just an individual. It was not just about an individual. It was about the country, as a whole. And here we are again with Samuel Twe and the government of Liberia, and here we are with just repeating the same things in different words and different phrases. If you have this country and then the government doesn't want to respect the constitution, it means we'll keep running in circles, and we'll keep saying the same things over and over again. So when people are understanding that they cannot be protected by the very constitution, I mean, at the end of the day, they want to take laws into their own hands. They want to use their own strength to do what they can do to protect themselves. Because imagine people who have influence, people who are prominent or eminent in this country, when the laws are treating them in a way that's unimaginable.
Oh yeah.
Imagine how a person who is an ordinary citizen would feel. Like, you don't have money.
And that's why poor people are losing their properties.
Exactly.
That's why you see demolition all over the place.
So I think that's just the bottom line.
That's the message.
Yeah.
That's the message. If the people cannot find hope in the law, they will look for hope somewhere else.
I get it.
It will be in the very
The law is going to protect all of us, Jerome. Look, Jerome. The reason why nobody can walk to your house today and say, "Get outside, I'm sleeping here today," is because the law is there.
Yeah.
To ensure that you are the legitimate owner because you got title to it.
Yeah.
And we have Mr. Bouaka as president. It's because
of the law.
Like,
if there was a lawless country, you think President Weah were under pressure to get him the presidency with 20,500 vote difference? The law said even when I won't vote over you in the election, you lost.
Yeah.
And that's why he became president. Yeah. So why are you president? Why are you president? You cannot respect the laws. Yeah. Why?
You're right, all over 100%. I'm just concerned about Liberia will not.
We work. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
I'm not worried.
Part of the reason why sometimes cherries fall in the home is because the parents are afraid to say some sensitive things to the kids. Some parents say, "Oh, when my children are around, don't talk about opium, don't talk about alcohol, don't talk about man woman business." When you create the situation in which certain things will be forbidden to be discussed, what you are indirectly doing is to keep the kids ignorant about things that should matter to them the most.
Yeah.
You say we want to talk about man woman business. It's better you tell them, say, look, you see man woman business, it's good.
But
when you don't get money, you as a man, you do man woman business, you pregnant, you put daughter, you start working the cement.
You talk about safe sex.
You start doing this, you start doing that. Your future, you won't be doctor, they will put you behind. Let the man know good from evil. Mm-hmm. Then if he is going to it, he will go to it with a particular clear mind.
Yeah.
That thing you're talking about? People know the consequences associated with just respecting the rule of law. People know. People know if a particular group of people continue to disrespect the rule of law, people know the consequences. You got millionaires. You look at millionaires who are supposed to do their business worldwide. You get one funny political indictment that can make them to travel out of the country. They said 2-3 years that businesses are stalled around the world. They cannot travel because you got one funny court indictment that is forbidding them from traveling. If that man get vexed, if he can no longer continue, if his anger level cannot continue, look, Jerome, that 2 person got vexed seriously. and the brutal situation happened, Tandela got vexed. Whether your investigation was justified, I don't know. I don't care. Ellen Johnson got vexed. And Prince Johnson got vexed. Today, Jerome, Burkina
Faso, where we went to, that one that I your business.
Thank you.
Burkina Faso.
So you know where we are?
Faso.
Just three human beings got angry. I mean, we gotta be honest with the conversation.
No, I think that.
No, but we already got it.
Yeah, but I think all of you are 100%.
The leaders.
I think the president is the one that instigated this particular.
The leaders should be made to know. Our leaders should understand these things, my brother.
Yeah.
Maybe they have forgotten. Apparently, the Calabash liquor and the hotels they go to, the young girls they're interacting with, confusing them. They don't know where the country came from. Okay. Maybe the money the guy in the pocket influencing them, so they do not know where the country came from. Sometimes there should be a platform that will remind them. And that's why we are sounding the way we are sounding, Jerome. Sure. We're not sounding the way we are sounding because we want to instill fear or we are craving what happened. No. You think we want to be in this country? You think I feel pride driving in Monrovia like this? You think I feel proud referring to Monrovia as my capital? There's the most dirty setting I've seen in all of the countries I've gone to. You think I feel proud? We do not want to go back to that level. And that's why we are warning them. Apparently people were now already warning Taylor. Maybe the warning he did not listen. We all know the end. Maybe the warning other people that did not listen. Stop using the law against the people. The law is there to ensure that justice is done. If somebody is wrong, bring your evidence. When evidence is enough beyond all reasonable doubt, that person will go to jail. They will restitute if it requires restitution. But to want to force it where it is not supposed to be,
by all costs,
then that's a problem.
Yeah.
And then you can control what the next man will want to do. And because we do not want to leave people with their choices, to take it in their own hands, that's what we are saying. That the law that's supposed to cover all of us, let it cover us. 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation. And that's it. So we'll take a few calls on it. What's the time? By 5:20, we go to the UL situation. Please remind me. By 5:20, we go to the UL. The UL situation. Let's go to this question. Hello, how are you? 1 minute. Hello, sir. Go ahead. 1 minute. No time.
Yeah, my name is Kiro. We are calling from the oral case.
Go ahead. We are. Let's hear you. No, we'll see. It's not on the phone. Let's leave you and talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's leave you right there. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Hello.
Red light. Go ahead, my brother. Let's hear you, sir. You leave it right there. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly.
Good afternoon, good evening, okay, and good evening to your co-panelists. Listen, okay, the recklessness in this country is bad ugly. This is troubling time for this nation. If you have a government that they would not accept a ruling from the court or decision of the court, a panel in planet Europe, you are headed for trouble. You know, all the references you got made on the show with regards to the lifestyle of that country was so true. Yes, there were times that Corin used to go intermittently, but you have backup from both minds country, even used to provide this. Okay? So, I mean, the consistency in electricity was just something that people were proud in our country, but no longer the case here. You have a reckless and ruthless problem to the point that the people are, this is going to call other people when I call the big partners on the jury, they will refuse to go because they are threatening their life and intimidating them over upcoming cases. This is a ploy to intimidate future panelists. Partners. It's a ploy. People got to open their eyes to it, and I admonish other people because it will come to a point where if people refuse to even go back in our country, for them to even be prosecuted for cases. It's not that they are guilty, but because of this kind of recklessness.
Thank you.
That's why I just want to say, okay, but thank you.
Thank you very much, Abraham Conan from the US. Abraham, let's leave you right there and talk to this other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Go ahead. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, the man is looking for something was my all the things I saw is true. The thing the people doing to the country is not good. You want somebody more go to vote, then the judge is scared. They say the men are scared, the police came outside, the men beat you to the home, let you go by again, you say, not certified, they grab all the food before they must kill the men back to put the king. The thing that they do, they create war in the country, and we're not war in the country. We are doing our children small someone here, and not graduating. We don't want you Baba Johnny, we don't want you back here, we don't want boss talking, and we are breaking it. We are tired of putting butter. Look at the thing on table. Oh, the nigga from the bring up on the train, go job, you create just for the train. The train is selling it and let me come from the down to go to school. Yeah, but I send people to the work. Oh, now you see where I got a walk fighting. They're going to all the train and we got from today. Why would be like that? We are tired. Okay, we're tired. We are tired. We can't about that. We are tired. We're tired of the kind of situation. Our country, they elect Black, they elect to carry our country, they elect how to know how to be breaking a day. We're tired. When I get no facility in the country that they are breaking, that's all about that. We were talking about that. Can't even listen to our topic. When we talk today, the brother will go like, we are tired. Thank you, KOK. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there and talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, how are you?
We're great, bro. Let's hear you, sir. Quickly.
I'm Dennis Raja. Okay, they can put it so I can understand. We don't get job. We put our name and back in the ghetto, we are going to say, the men can't take out my office. Okay, we can be some problem.
No. We don't want to reach that level. Thank you very much. Let's leave you and talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Go ahead, Spencer. No time.
I'm carrying in our country. In my mind, our country is dragging down the dream. Let's look at Unity Party. I think Unity Party is mission to destroy our country. Look at the first instance when the issue happened with Speaker Gofa case. When the Chief Justice and the Supreme ruled, they rejected the ruling of the case. Today, the Criminal Court ruled and they are rejecting it. Who controls the juror? Who feeds the juror? Who takes care of the juror? It's the government. How can the government, the juror will take credit and then they come back to this. Three parties have their phone. Three parties who voted guilty will come and say somebody has their phone. What kind of truth is in this thing? In my mind, the party is free to destroy our country. And the only hope that we have is the
Okay, we leave you right there. We are also told that there are instructions being given in the Yaka Koluba case tomorrow for the court to rule in favor of the House of Representatives, even though they deny a call Yaka or due process. We'll leave it right there. That's what we are hearing. We'll be surprised if the court will rule in Yaka favor tomorrow. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing?
Okay. Excuse me. Good afternoon, KOK Alexa Joe. This is Aliyu Masali from Baltimore, Maryland.
Go ahead, Aliyu from the US. Let's hear you. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Even if all of those people were to be guilty and cabinet where it's not guilty, still this government was able to go after him. And those people where it's no longer a type of corruption, but this is a way on. Because these people were found, who were not guilty, who were guilty, that's a way for the government. But because they said that Panatia was considered when the win with the jail, people were still a Mohuja. That's the only thing we are after.
Thank you.
Why do you think we have to need to know the history of the prior to your other report to do? So that way they see, or I know, and by the
Thank you. We leave you right there, Aliyu Masale from the U.S. Let's leave you, Aliyu Masale from the United States. Let's come back to this question. I said 5:20, right? 5:20. We call it a day. This question. Hello, how are you? How are you doing?
Yeah,
Nikutan, go ahead, Kabal. Let's hear you. Okay, we leave you right there. Thank you, right there. We leave you right there. With that goes another argument. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing?
Hello, okay, Alexa and Jerome. Kuta Lawrence, Toronto, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, the U.S. Let's hear you, Toronto. Go ahead.
Thank you guys for the show. But this case about Samuel Twer investigation and this and that, for me, I just think it's very replay of 2029. If our friends in power cannot accept a result, they're still looking for a way to manipulate the situation and make it look as if there was corruption, looking for something to just do some kind of manipulation. This is a clear rule or clear way to tell you how 2029 is going to be. It's going to be a rock and roll situation. Nobody wants to accept whatever that will come except they go their way. So, I mean, this is just a preparation.
When the fuck you in the election and you don't want to accept, that means you will not be in another way. So, yeah, so the country will be like that.
The problem is, they will be in power. They will have
who was in power in 1989? Who was in power in 1989?
The situation
who was in power in 1989, bro?
China was in power, right?
Who was in power 2003?
George Weah.
No, I didn't say 2023. I didn't say 2023. I said 2003.
2003. Ellie came there.
Oh no, you don't have it. You don't have it. No, you don't have it. 2003, Charles Taylor was the president of the Republic of Liberia. He left August 2003. He was the president and he left. He had Boo Dorden here and he left. Momo Jiba was here. He left. Huh? I'm a toss more. Yaga Kolba was here. Charles Taylor still left. You stop that thing you're talking. Let's talk to the other person. You stop it. You stop. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Go ahead, patient.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. Let's talk to Man City. Go ahead, Man City. I think she should be the last caller.
Thank you. The last caller always enjoy. Always. If they have a panelist there on Freedom FM, thank you so much. I want to ask my little question. In my layman voice, my lapa video voice. This is Man City. So if the government going to win the case and say 2 are found guilty, go to jail, and the judge will come out and say, oh, the bravo, the still going to accept it. They are going to accept it.
Yeah, that's a question. That's a beautiful question.
Yeah, it's why they're going to accept it. They're going to say no, they put it. Someone lie or two. If they're going to accept it, I'm going to say no, they put lies. But people come, when you get that, 2 left, 2 get a bloody nose. So they come up, say 3 men, they keep on a little corner, can't tell them, oh, they were black. So who drive them? Okay. That's my question. Who drive the people? Because the 2 are only the administration, they were only the law, not on the 2 law. It's not our yellow protection. Oh, 2 left on the bench, and the same thing that no, we are only left. People are there, you there to control them. But when you control another person that the man say anything what I want, you can get it. Thank you. we didn't get something like that. I said, oh, they see the person, they lie on the government. No, they wouldn't lie on the government. But to get them done, no. So I want to know how the point they came back. I want to know that. What the point they came back? Okay. The point they came back from the people to call them back or not calling them back.
Okay.
I want to know.
Thank you very much. Thank you. They are not calling the case back. The guys who say their friends were tempered with, their case they're going to look at. They could go in here whether for true their friends were tempered with. They were going to prove their case, and if they can prove it, then that the outcome of that hearing could lead to either the case being called back or the previous ruling being upheld, and whoever want to take appeal to Supreme Court can go ahead and take appeal. Yeah, let's conclude on this thing. Then we go to the UL conversation.
I don't have anything to say on it. I think we pass, and we don't have plenty of time. But I think the president just needs to go by the law of the country.
Mm-hmm. Alexa.
I mean, you are the country, and I said, "None will play airport."
No, let me conclude with. Go ahead. You're concluding.
Yeah. So, there's something about people being very fragile. And I think that also has to do with one of the callers who called and you tried to check him, because this is not about 2029 is going to be like this and like that.
No.
It is not about it, right? Because if you guys continue to sound the way you're sounding, that doesn't make sense to me at all. So that's just what I wanted to, make clear a little bit.
Good. So let me say this to people. There are people whose houses are being broken down today. By illegal code, foodie thing and they're doing. Government official conniving with some basic people taking people in the country. There are people who today, their businesses, where they took loan from them to open, government went and broke it down in the name of we opening alley, and people might not say in the street. You understand it? There are people who are homeless today because government made reckless decisions. There are some people who didn't die because government sent people to King George to kill them, only because they were protesting for good living conditions. There are UL students today who feel threatened. They're living in fear because government is threatening to remove their tuition. They are getting information that the government is contemplating on removing their free tuition policy. There are plenty of people who are badly impacted by the poor performance of the administration. Most of them do not have patience to come on the street to protest. Oh, Joe 7 said the state, they don't have that patience. You know what they have patience for? Is to go to the ballot box in 2029 to say, you know what, for taking my land and say, when I'm making new land, for taking my market land and talking yama, I'm voting against you.
Calling me dog.
For calling us dogs, I'm voting against you. When they make that decision to vote you out, and they have their tally sheets in their hand, they got 200 votes and you got 115, and you say you want to take their 200 votes and give it to you, and take the 150 or 150 and give it to them, those people will come out. They will rise up. They will do what they have to do to end it because they do not want to suffer additional 30 years. It is different from Samatware case where he going to court. There are some people who in the country, they didn't let Samatware naturally, but they not let the government do. Hello? Do you know that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some people who don't let 12, but they not let the government. Time for election, 12 go vote against the government, the other side will go and vote against the government. It's different ballgame. Do not compare this small, oh yes, it may appear to be, the early preparation to hostility and arrogance. But election got different rhythm. Election got different drums. And I'm not too sure Arthur Wheeler and whoever they appointed down there, Jonathan Wheeler, will jeopardize the peace and security of this country, including your personal safety. I'm not too sure he's too educated to do that. Very educated to do that. I'm not too sure those who will be in government with all their government properties in the country, I'm not too sure they'll be so brave to do that. I'm not too sure. Whoever wins election in this country will win. When you go to election, put your pool washer in your polling rooms. 3 hours after election, get all your tally sheets, calculate your total numbers, and keep it. Ahead of national election provisional result, announce the number you have. If it is bigger than what the other people got, put it out to the public. Attach your evidence to it. And let's see who can teach election result. You think it's easy to cheat election? No, you think it's easy to cheat election? Don't sit down and people just walk oh, we cheat. It is difficult. One of the most difficult things to do in election is to cheat. You are only a cheater when you do not have eye. Oh, wait now. It will go to Bozeman campus. And I got 40 votes to Bozeman. Jim get 30 votes. Unless I get 67. Next time, I want 3 sheets. I want agent bring it to all. How the hell I will tell Alexa number and put it to me?
You gotta get going.
I walk. I mean,
how the hell I will do that? How the hell I'm gonna do that? It's not possible.
I get my numbers. I'm seeing my numbers clearly. You take my number.
The very police, the very guys in Gunshot will be scared to eat the men out order because the people's power will not be easy.
Well, everybody, when you come from all,
everybody last hope there.
Some clothes can be on you.
Hello, everybody last hope.
Yeah,
at that level, everybody last hope. You saw how you have more bloody election time. You know,
the people's power is greater than the
you saw Obama Kamara go to G.W. Gibson to serve as 2 washer. At that time, the people are gonna go and see the election eye to eye. You can see that. That's why you can see people that are looking at security book going and say that food are very willing. People don't even looking at it. I mean, the certain angle you can get, Jeru, you can fly over water, you know? Okay. So you're
listen, the people who used to go loot.
Oh, yeah.
They say some of the places they used to jump over.
They can get away, so they're gonna
realize when they see it, because they have been jumping down there. Okay.
When they see that area,
okay.
What's up?
So what? Have been jumping down there? So forget it.
Some of the things that are happening, let me just give this message. Some of the things that are happening, Samuel 12, the removing speaker, they doing this thing that in their time, in our 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
When you see Labrador says you are taking 2 in the front seat. Now in Labrador, you can try in America.
Oh no. That's
so,
at the level where the coaches will transition, they say we tired with the men now. Let them go sit down.
And
he said no, we still won't be there to be breaking your horse. We still won't be there to be telling you, gonna make a new land. No, they said no, they want I can't take it.
Go tell a brain drawer, carry him in Ghana, say put 2% in the front seat.
I can't take it.
So
2029, whoever wins.
If nobody win that election with all that number, they will continue with the 12 year.
Well, no.
If they lost, nobody can change that result. Nobody. The country regional point, nobody.
They just in the call red line.
I know why. I know what we're talking about. Let's move forward. So please go to the UL thing. Yes.
Do you have an audio or video? Or
I got some of the audio where the UL children thinking, praying for people not to remove their filtration. Let's see whether we can go.
The filtration, what bias is it?
No, hold on. You Jeropa, you can reach in.
Things are rampant.
Imagine I thought I could.
Where are you from?
Hey, princess.
I'm serious.
We're talking
you're from the Western region. Okay. Okay. So Jerome and Alexa, you listen to this. You listen to the song? Lead the school fees.
Like a thorn in somebody's flesh.
So leave the school fees. That was my problem. Leave the school fees. The people tearing, suffering. The people hungry. Leave the school fees. That's the interpretation of the song. Let's see if we can give it a try one more time. Lead the school fees. The country high. Lead the school fees. The masses hungry. Lead the school fees. Okay, so they call her name that was my problem. Her name is Mapaya.
I've never been pleased with calling her.
Yeah, that's Mapaya. That's her name. But Jerome,
So there's this here, but I think it has to do with the same thing.
Mhm.
And because we are
Yeah,
really
go ahead.
interested.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll just read this and
If we
then
read it, we hear Jerome, we hear you, then we just conclude quickly.
yeah, so this is from Spawn TV, and it says the Vanguard Student Unification Party at the University of Liberia is warning against any attempt to end or increase the country's free tuition policy.
So Soup is warning that the thing what we hearing,
Interpretation, Tanaka.
the thing what we hearing in the grapevine, the hearing over the UL campus, what it calls Soup. They say the hearing they say, Joseph Baka government wanted the free tuition where Joe we are carried there. The Soup begin and say the thing what we hearing, why I don't want to straight, what we hearing on the ground. I hope it's not true. Because when you try it, and let's continue.
Sue described the proposal as economically unsound while accusing University of Liberia President Leila Mapaya of misleading the public about challenges facing the institution.
Soup say that decision what I wanted, that wickedness. It not make sense. People suffering. Your sack their parents from job. The parents say, okay, still the sack off from government, we won't go round motorbike. Just seize the motorbike and put them on the road. They say, okay, still seize the motorbike, let's do money while we're having ride motorbike. Let me buy one dozen of blouse and skin tag. So my woman will go sell it. The woman will sell it on Macklin Street. So the police seize the woman clothes, beat her, and sew her clothes over it. They're suffering. Then the child going to UL. Because of President, we have free tuition, ain't paying school fee. Then you say you're thinking about removing free tuition, that decision, it don't get sense inside.
The group insists that free tuition remains essential due to worsening economic hardship affecting students.
President, we are who brought the whole free tuition, no say, we who attending UL, Tomo University, Pastor Community College, Nofa Community College, Bronx Community College, all the community colleges. President, we are who brought it, he knows say our parents did not get money. President, we are new say our parents in popo. He knew say our parents did not get nothing to do, no job in the country. That's why he say, when you're attending any public university, don't pay tuition. So why are you coming from now? You say you want any. Go ahead.
The student group also criticized conditions at the university, alleging that students continue to face transportation and academic difficulties while senior officials are benefiting from high salaries and perks.
Yeah. For all to get buses to leave from Pakopin to go to Fender. That war.
We don't even get our own transport.
Let the president here buy 2 cars, $1.2 million. 1.2 million can buy 50 buses. But only here alone riding in 50 buses. Car. You're not thinking about that one. Richard Kuhn, here alone, living Banavin, you have 4 cars in your convo. Who running behind? The Senegalese men who are running behind, they may not get down for him. Why are you using 4 cars? Instead of bringing the money to better our lives on the campus, then our poor tuition, why you won't go remove?
You got 500,000 for entertainment.
You don't try it. Go ahead, Alexa.
SUP has warned that any move to abolish free tuition would be strongly resisted.
That thing what you're doing, you're eating your chicken thigh across the road, you're enjoying. The president chair going, the president child going Europe, so getting in the boat. All of them they now dress good, they have naked, enjoying yourself. We attending school, we ain't got no money. If you're trying that thing, a rock war between we and Gary Como.
Yeah, because there's a part that says adding that it will mobilize students for protest
Read.
if necessary.
Read
I just ended that.
Go over that paragraph. Read. My job is to interpret. It's simple. Go over that paragraph.
Okay. You guys have to hold Oliver yet. It's a comedian.
Go over the paragraph. Come here.
Soup has warned that any move to abolish free tuition policy would be strongly resisted.
Yeah, what eating where the Buka dancer, where he bring for all what we be enjoying. Yo, who the broke people? Hey, you're trying to move it. Gary Como always turn rock in the town. We will turn rock in the town and take on me.
Adding that it will mobilize students for protest action if necessary.
We will make sure all the students who can afford tuition, we will land up and you will kill all.
Let me just that one.
But we will not try it. We will not rest. If you remove our school fee, the job we have said no book. He get off free tuition. You no book now. You got a connection all over the world. You want to take our school fee for all? Our free tuition. If you try it, Gary Como will just battle the rock because we will turn rock until we get tired.
Meanwhile, Soup has also accused the government of carrying out what it calls a political witch hunt against former finance minister Samuel. So
even Soup,
it goes back to
even Soup knows that the government doing witch hunt.
Following his equator in the
so all that one, I mean, the rest of it we already know. We dealt with that first topic.
Yeah, so far so good. The group further accused the Unity Party-led government of selective justice, while also criticizing civil society actors and religious leaders, of course, who are remaining silent on issues affecting the rule of law and democracy.
Soup say, Pastor the choir,
Council of Churches,
choir, National Imam Council, Ali Cry. I'm not see crime man let money be like that. Ali Cry is a crime man.
Yeah, he is.
I don't see Crime let money be like that. He's the head of the National Imam Council. You own the board. I think free board.
Yeah,
you're MPA board. So he remember say he said one thing to say good to go, not calling for meeting.
Oh, you go. Bam.
But that is what Soup said. Jerome, go ahead. Soup said. Well, I already did the interpretation. Now go ahead, Jerome.
Yeah, what to say?
No, you know, sometimes Oliver.
That'll tell Oliver what it, you know.
We knew these things were going to happen. And we were telling the Liberian people that, you know, give the people the country, give them the country and see. Yeah, because sometimes somebody will accuse you. And that's why I tell people, you know, anybody say bad thing about me, like I won't think it because I can't even think that. So when somebody is doing good for you, and you think the person is doing evil, when that turn comes, you will know the reason. And trust me, folks, these are some of the people who were benefiting from the action of like Oliver was doing the simple English stuff. President Weah, he comes to politics with an open mind. There are other people who will come and say, oh, I just want to do this because I feel that when I do this, it will be better. And I don't know how Bouaka and his lieutenants are running this country because even in Ghana, when the president took over, quote unquote, free education. And there were people who were saying, we'll pay our own school fee. We'll pay our own school fee. Today, the same UF students are saying no because things are difficult. Don't touch this. Look, I don't want to waste time on this. There are decisions when your previous heads take. When you come there to revise certain decisions, it becomes difficult. Imagine the government of Bouaka saying because of Iran war. But we were fighting Ukraine and Russia warrior, we are telling people say you can't go to school free. Corona. I'm shocked. Let everybody eat their food here. When you finish eating the food, when they give you voting card next time, you will think. And Oliver, thank you for that simple English. I appreciate you. And I will honor you for that simple English because it went in the marketplaces, it went in the communities, it went in the ears. You cannot compare a Joseph Boakai with a good heart of President Weah. That's it.
Okay, so I know we'll get to Oliver to climax the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing about the free tuition policy, there was, I think, Oliver, I don't want to say it was like a prophecy, but this was manifested like 100%. Because one of the many questions I remember Oliver asking was, the government would not reverse. It was the same question about the harmonization thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they were going to cancel the free tuition policy. That was like a conversation across different corridors. And people were concerned because these people actually criticized. And according to them, that was not something that should have been instituted to some extent. To them, that was not, timely, and it was not going to be so sustainable, right? So that was like a major conversation. Oh, Joshua just do the thing because he want to get some, pocket change. It wouldn't be sustained and all these things. And one of the major things they also said, give us jobs, give our parents jobs, and they'll be able to pay our fees. So when you have someone in your corner who is thinking out of the box, that person who has compassion, that person who thinks about, what becomes of our young people after several years, like what is a legacy to stay back, not just for me, but to be able to help ordinary Liberians. Because the goal was about giving opportunity to young Liberians who are eager to learn, who are eager to be educated, to have the opportunity to go to school even when they don't have money. So that was basically the goal. But the folks we have today, a lot of them said that was not necessary. Get the people in a job and they will have what it takes to pay their very own fees. That's another point. Another point also, SUP is a very, very interesting political group. And every now and then you see what to do, the agitation. Sometimes it's very interesting. Sometimes it is, I don't know how to describe it. But there were some people as well, I don't know if they were members of SUP or they were just there to create chaos intellectually across the board. Some of them did not even welcome. They did not even appreciate this institution of the free tuition policy. But again, you have a few number of people and you have hundreds of Liberians who want to have this opportunity to them. But that's another point again. Now back to today that SUP has now realized, or students at the University of Liberia, they've gotten to understand that at this point in time, this government, I don't know if they're going to push forward with canceling the free tuition policy or not, based on maybe we're discussing it now, and you also have other people talking about this as a major issue in the country. I don't know if they're going to listen or not, but this government is not a listening government, by the way. They're going to hear you, or the things you're saying, those things are going to pass like a phew, that when the plane is, taking off, it's going to have like breeze or in your ears, and they're not going to absorb what you're saying to them. Right. But today you have hundreds of students at the University of Liberia, and they're saying to you, Mr. Boakai, Mr. President, do not try any monkey business. Do not try any funny business to cancel the free tuition policy, because according to them, this is an economically unsound decision because the country is already hard economically. People are going through a whole lot. People don't have money. People are hungry. The country is hard. So how do you expect these people who are jobless to pay money when they don't have jobs to give them money? You're not earning salary at the end of the month. No. So how do you actually expect them? It says these people are hypocritical again. It says these people do not care about the ordinary citizen. They don't care about Mawata in the market. They don't care about, Mantewa in the market. They went to you because they needed you on their side. So they told you things that will sway you. Just when somebody won't find leg, so you tell him, oh, they find one thing to do or labor people on the side. Then she comes to you now. You're not able to even buy Malay, brownies and tiramisu and all these things. Then a problem coming up. So problem has already come. It's not coming, but problem has arrived. Problem has already come. Problem has arrived. So, what becomes of these people? What exactly becomes of Liberians? Okay, what becomes of them? All they were interpreting about the money you're supposed to take to help the university to improve. At this point in time, especially having a rescue government, I will be thinking that we would be discussing as a country that the government of Mr. Boakai has instituted a policy that takes care of transportation. That's an improvement, because this is an opportunity given to you. You were given an opportunity. This is not your right. It is a privilege for you to be president. It is a privilege for you to serve this country. So you have an opportunity to rescue this country as promised by you. You should work in the interests of ordinary citizens, of Liberians, and everything else. So why would you have every sector in this country? You have people complaining, whether it is the health sector, you have people there, they're having issue, and then you have water and sanitation, people that are also complaining. You have electricity, there's a problem. Like, there's no sector in this country that's operating as it should be. You can just sit down and say, at least, and water coming to my house 24/7, at least LEC coming 24/7. No, it means you're setting yourself up. I mean, that's a problem. So if y'all wanted to prank us, you're supposed to tell us, say that prank it. Or you're supposed to tell us, say they want an April Fool. But we just giving it to you soon. So when the time reaches, you can know, say, we're fooling you. Those people are going through a whole lot. You're going to have poor people's children struggling to focus, to study. They don't have money. And something that was done by your, predecessor. Now you want to get it off. Is it because you don't want someone else's name to be, a legacy? You don't want that legacy to continue, or is it because you're wicked? Are you just wicked?
Okay.
Like, I'll leave it right there, bro.
And I will begin with where you ended. The free tuition policy that was instituted by the previous government is not serving Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah not in a school. Cham Weah is not attending a school. President George Weah children are not attending a school. They are not benefiting from the free tuition policy. The Liberian people are the beneficiaries. The policy is not looking at which political party you are from. It is not taking into consideration whether you are a Christian, a Muslim, or you can play witch in the air. The policy is for every Liberian, regardless of who you think is best to be president. That's why when he declared the policy, he did not say for seditians. He said for all students from TU, LU, BU, GU, all the universities in the country. The public universities. That's what he did. I don't know why would people in this government be thinking about undoing the free tuition policy. Even when you hate George Weah to that extent, even when you do not want to see the ground Weah walk on a daily basis, what about the poor people children who are benefiting from that tuition? Why you want to take it from them? Oh yes, Alexis, some of them are your unity partisans. I heard that Omapaya said she's not going to undo it.
Yeah, I saw that.
But the country must sit down and think how the university can operate. No.
She said there's a need for a dialogue.
When President Weah initiated the free tuition policy, it was not intended to ensure that people know. The Ministry of Finance was providing your original appropriations. The allotment was done based on every quarter request. They were giving it to them. And at the same time, the total enrollment per that semester, the government of Liberia was paying it. So if I had like I register 10 credits, for example, and the 10 credits would be about $9,000, you all got a record. At the end of every semester, you is supposed to compile all of that record based on a particular. So student will go and register one course. which is sometimes 3 credits. They want to do the whole semester. That man built, he built. They put it together. All of the people who enrolled that semester, they put that bill together and submitted to the Ministry of Finance. The government can pay. So the difference here is that the students are no longer paying it from their pocket to the school. But it doesn't in any way mean the school is not still generating their school fees. The government is the one paying the school fees. President, we have to pay court. You remember he announced the 5% reduction in pay and other things. It is those small costs that they did with minister harmonization, this presidential pay court, and how you got harmonization, how you call it, tuition policy, being supported. Even when you hit the administration of President Ware at the time, what about the people? Some of the people are your supporters. Regardless of being your supporters, they are Liberians who are entitled to go to school. They kind of your money you're wasting in the country. That free tuition you want to remove. And the children from Super, they will not talk nothing what they not know. People from the same UL administration can kind of leak information to Soup. How you think Soup can know what is happening? In fact, most of the people who are in the UL administration, central administration, are former Soupers. In the Soup cycle, they call them the Soup veterans. They're from the veteran community. They leak out messages to Soup. Because the massive struggle, the massive crisis will not end sooner. You sit down, where all of the things are happening, you increase police clearing, look at the water factory, the last time we had the mayor. 5 different entities we can review compliance certificate. Every single thing, to the extent where when you pay a barber shop now, you put a list number there. Welcome to Adjon Roosevelt Barber Shop. The government say you will pay for that rating where you put us at.
This is really,
You are charging money all over the place. Collecting all kind of money. Then you spend it unnecessarily. President Trump, you put $100,000 on a bank card. You don't see private jet, you're not fly.
He's allergic to commercial.
You don't see private jet, you're not fly. President, we have left 2 brand new Toyota Land Cruiser bulletproof Jeeps with him. He said, I want to fly. He went to Dubai, bought 2 Lexus bulletproof. $1.2 million. You're wasting all that money. And the poor people carry school fees. That's why you want cancer. You know only young guys used to get better, they don't get school fee better. You know only young children from University Library used to get better for school fee better. You know how many young children used to be molested, raped, sexually abused, and harassed and exploited on that campus in government official offices only because they want to raise their school fee per semester? That was brought to an end when George Weah said the Liberian people children who want to attend public schools should not be able to pay school fee at the university level. How come you all go to school? You all got all the book, all the knowledge, all the idea. You all got all the sense in the country. How come you want to cancel free tuition? I mean, why is the government so heartless? And today you're not running behind poor motorcyclists, then you seizing young boys and girls schools on Mackey Street. If you're not doing it, you're breaking people's homes. Then the president will come out and say, God, I'm making new land. Every day you are instilling pain and agony in the people. You are pinning the citizens who you're supposed to rescue. People are crying day and night. They are dying from starvation. They are dying from frustration. They are depressed on a daily basis. They don't know what to do anymore. That's to what extent you are causing pain in the hearts of people. Poor UL students. Don't tell me eating cassava and coconut, dry cassava and coconut on campus. They should tell you that they do not have it. You think the children feel proud to eat sugar cane on their campus for lunch? You think they are proud to eat roasted cassava and coconut on their campus for lunch? They do so because they are poor. They do so because they are the sons and daughters of better born sellers. These are the masses children, the poorest of the poor, the most vulnerable amongst our population. You want to strip the free tuition policy off those poor people? Is this how far the recklessness and the insensitivity of this government is going? Is this how far you are taking it? Now, how do you do this to the country? The only reason why Mapaya is talking about, oh, it will not happen this semester, it will not happen this semester, but she did not say it will not happen, but she's giving timeline. It will not happen this semester, it will not happen this semester. But what that shows is that there is an intent. The fact that she cannot outrightly say that this government, my administration will not do it, but she's saying this semester, next semester, it means that there is something in the pipeline. It may not happen this semester, it may not happen next semester, but the next semester it may happen. Why are you contemplating on removing it? Look, the kind of resources the country get by right, people go to JFK as well be treated freely. By right, no government hospital should collect 1 cent for any cent, and those are some of the things I'll be telling President we are in 2029. Now, here, Mr. President, when we come back, we got to cut down waste. When you come back to the president, you got to cut down waste. If we cannot make healthcare totally free, let's ensure that people who are above 55 years, once you get national ID, when you go to any government hospital, your treatment should be free. Or if not, 50% of your treatment, government should take responsibility. The country get the money. Nobody must say the country ain't get the money. The kind of nonsense money we're wasting in the country, it's too much. It's too much. A rescue government should be contemplating on reducing the challenge that the people are going through and not to increase it. How dare you fighting the free tuition policy? That bad for people trying to go to school free? Is it a bad thing? But we ain't going to say more on it because we're running out of time. We'll open up the lines for at most maybe 8 calls. Then we call it a day. But that why happening? The information already leaked. The may not want any free tuition. Some say when they try it, I'm with the Cola. Let's talk to the person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Hello. Quickly, let's hear you. No time. Okay, 0865104. Let's talk to the person. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir. Let's hear you quickly. No time.
Yeah, what's up?
We are good, bro.
Okay, this is Lester, CKA Lester from Johnsonville.
Go ahead.
But man, even though it's not good, but it's good for the UL. It's good for the health center because they were teaching the song. Only way we were bringing it to them. It's not for other guys. But we are going situation, we pay our own fee. Now we're doing it, now we're stealing the money, and now we're eating all the money, we're taking people money. And now they're crying. They don't cry yet.
Okay. Thank you. We'll leave you right there. We'll talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah. Guilty.
07. Good evening.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for giving the chance. This is the point of the public sector in the my name is Harvey, I can say, I'm doing for the whole man, like,
go ahead.
Okay. Let me see this. We do this. Nothing you guys will see what the politics is. People are going to cancel this situation and nothing will happen. If they so, they should come out the school where the school went, they just we want to come up with you. This is nothing. I just want to say, I just wait for that so that I will talk. It's nothing. We're only waiting for it now to explain our creative on the bottom. We're not free. We're telling them that they shouldn't take over our food.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We'll talk to the person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Sonsori Benita Western Easter, one of Liberia legitimate owners that joined you from Central Virginia.
Go ahead.
After the creation of 70,000 jobs, I don't see the need for having free education at the University of Liberia. I think we should be thinking about paying our children one fee because it was against this thing. We said jobs, we are also creating jobs. You are giving our children free tuition and all the kind of things. We were allergic to it. So we didn't want it. That's why we removed George Weah. So we shouldn't be crying around here. No, the worst is yet to come. The real part is that here. It will come a time, the very thing the prophet said about Liberia, it will come to reality, it will meet up in our faces, and we don't even know where to turn. Believe you me, that identical thing that from a prophet way will be implemented.
let's get ourselves ready for our students who are at the university to be able to honor their course. Okay. Whether we let it or not, it will happen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We leave you. We talk to the other person. Go ahead. Let's hear you 1 minute.
And you can let me say thank you to all of them, brother.
Mm-hmm.
The official spokesperson of the Liberation Movement.
Go ahead.
It's just a shame and disgrace kind to see I go educated people, the best brain in the country, kind go the way they are going, my brother. You can't do that on the same thing, kind. Even the people are selling on the street, you are taking them off the street. These are the people that are making way for their children to go to the university of Bureau. They don't university of Bureau or public university. The people don't have no money. So what Baga doing? You want right $2 million out of that. So what do you want? Even next time say, okay, for transportation is free. I'm providing from the body for the university of Bureau. So the book can hire your children to school and come back free. So are you want to take them all again? What the Baga is doing? You said you can rescue the people. And just rescue? No. But the Baga is killing the brown people. You can't do that, yeah.
Thank you. We leave you right there. We talk to the other person. Go ahead. Let's hear you 1 minute.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Andrew. Look, for the public, I'm Lawrence Spencer in Johnsonville. You know, Mr. Baga is very, very devilish. And we told our people, all people here in our community, and they were busy shouting at us and dancing in the water for this woman. So sometimes, it's not because we always say some of us, we are good Christians. We will say the country deserves it. The poor people themselves deserve it. They are the reflection of their leaders. I mean, these people talk about election, they behave as though there's a school for a normal thing in Nigeria. When people go to learn, that's to be normal. I mean, to be abnormal, rather. That's why our people behave in election time. Why would you tell a man that never been successful in his own life? This man, he left. In the age, he started working with government till the age for the 3 in today. What can this man show you? That is my achievement. I think there's a primary school I built, the elementary school I built, that they call the Baga Academy. This man got none to show. Every government, touches, they collapse, they sell, destroy, and that's how Baga life up there. I can somebody lead the presidency for Bundesliga time, and the man start living on loan, Joshua has to be raising money to feed me and his family. And you tell them, man, for you want 5 million people, everything I concern the poor people, no money for any. Look at the identification that my man Andrew was discussing the other day. No money to feed that identification, no money to run in the budget now. So poor people children, like you said, are eating kasa and coconut now. They have to consume themselves best food.
Thank you. Thank you.
They will cancel that thing. My brother would talk, they will cancel that thing. That's the bother for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lawrence Spencer. We leave you. We talk to 3 more than we call you a day. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, I want to ask you what I say university. That's the book. I was sitting down there. If people were telling us that they must pay the payment as salary,
well, and you're listening to the radio where last time I was a creator for EMEU.
So your payment is they won't they won't go and no one of them give me one effect. You won't say he American for the project will go to effect. So no amount of project in the just see what I tell you. They are open with that. Children school people back there. Why not? They're coming up Friday. They go be mad time.
Okay, thank you, Patience Gray from Dupont Road. Patience Gray from Dupont Road. We take the last 2 callers, Jerome and Alexa. I already see Alexa very tired. Let's take the last 2 callers. This person, hello, how are you?
Okay, good evening to you, okay, and Art Jerry Roosevelt with the queen of the show.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
The name is to know, and I call you the people from Waterfront.
Go ahead.
You guys have said it all. But one thing I want us to remember, because when I was telling them, I'll lead you to a song place I want a little musician. He said in a song, wherever you put on a ungrateful foot, you will always learn on that regretful wash. That what happened is elaborate. We put ourselves on that ungrateful foot. Today we have already learned that on that regretful wash. Which they will eat
okay.
The ticket of what it was the wrong fellow.
Thank you.
We were choosing job, and today no experience with him. But the country is
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother. The last caller is the one we are searching for at the moment. You are the last person. Let's hear you till we go home. Hello, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, thank you for your time to you too.
Go ahead, AB.
Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. But you see, these people are really on time. They need to hear the truth. Because every day is more and just now. So the last, they were about we are never all the social people, you will come back. You have come back, you have complete worship. So just to the people, you say you are coming to the people. Just kill the people, you start inflating of taking their profit down, taking their market from there. No one's going to pay school fees, to give the president.
Okay. No. We're not encourage that. Thank you very much. We continue the conversation tomorrow from a different angle. Alexa, Jerome, let's hear you quickly. Let's go home.
I think we have just begun, and that means it takes us to tomorrow. So we'll be back here to continue the conversation. Have yourselves a pleasant time.
Pastors.
Good night.
Peace out.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Looking for the summer.